Hi, I'm Nicci, and this is my friend Rebecca. She's our Mamava app angel. We are filling in today for Annie and Nikkie because mamas have kids who get sick during flu season.
Rude.
Yeah. So we're here to answer all of your questions about pumping and breastfeeding. We're also going to talk a little bit about holiday travel because we are heading into prime time travel season. And you want to talk about the giveaway?
Yeah. So I wanted to say that today we're giving away $100 discount code from Milk Store, which is an amazing company.
Thank
It's
you,
so
Milk Store.
great. So they will ship your milk for you. So if you land somewhere, you end up at a hotel, they'll ship all the stuff to the hotel. All you have to do is pump, put it in that container, and then ship it back, which is amazing. So to get that $100 discount code, what you need to do is
Talk to us.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell us your travel tips. Talk to each other. We just want
Ask a question.
We like to talk.
Yeah. So bring it, and then you could be eligible
You could be
for that.
You could be the winner.
Can I just say another thing about Milk Store?
Yes, please.
Um,
I'm all ears.
Yeah, could you? Are you? That's amazing. One of the things that happened to me when I was going through an airport at TSA was I was traveling with my pump and my milk, and the guy didn't know what it was, this was back in the day, like 10 years plus ago, and they did that screening on the milk. They didn't open it, but the guys didn't know what a pump was.
Yes.
And so it was weird because I was traveling with my male boss, and it was just awkward. So Milk Store helps take some of that awkwardness around it, and you don't have to lug more stuff, especially if you're not traveling with your baby, which is nice.
And a quick tip, one of our Mamava family members, Danielle, was just talking about when she travels with her pump and with her milk, she's just very, very upfront. Yeah. This is my breast pump. It's a medical device, so it's totally, and just once you give that information to TSA, they're more likely to handle it delicately, not sloshing it around. They'll change their gloves, and if they don't, you can ask them to. So just be bold. Just be confident. This is your milk.
And know your rights. And we actually have a blog about that tells you your TSA rights in plain English. If you go to mamava.com, go to the blog and search that. That'll help give some more information. The other thing too is when you travel and you talk to that TSA person saying like, this is a breast pump, this is my milk. When you travel with a breast pump, it does not count as an extra piece of carry-on.
Yes.
So boom, get that computer bag, get that big old purse.
Carry all the things.
All the
things you want.
Snacks. Shove it in that pump bag. Doesn't count.
That's right. So next week, there are going to be a lot of people on the road, in the air, on the rails. It is going to be big travel season, and we pulled some stats for you. So this year, Rebecca, there are going to be 2.5 million more people taking to the travelways, more than last year. There are going to be 54.3 million Americans on the travelways, and these 54.3 Americans are going to be traveling more than 50 miles from their home.
That's
says
insane.
AAA. So it's going to be kind of, I'm not gonna swear, but it's going to be out there.
Look, if you thought last year was crazy, this is going to be double
crazier.
crazy.
So you want to be prepared. You want to be prepared, and you want to bring your sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you another travel tip. So the last time I traveled away from Vermont by plane for Thanksgiving, I'm traveling this year, but the last time was when my littlest baby, who's now 8, was 6 months old, and I had him in my carrier, and my other baby was 2, and we were transferring in the Philadelphia airport, and my 2-year-old was running, and he was like about to be knocked down by big suitcases, and so I grabbed his hand, and he was mad, and he threw himself to the ground, and he dislocated his little elbow. It was a disaster. So for that whole flight from Philly to Burlington, I thought, security was going to come and take me away for abusing my child. He was miserable. It was miserable, and I'm not sure what the takeaway here is.
I think stay home.
The takeaway is you're a good mom. You're a good mom. You're a good parent. Hi, Lacey. Do you have any questions for us? I'm offering parenting tips for travel, which is
but not how to grab
Which is
children.
definitely keep your baby in a carrier so you have more hands. And let's talk about our new app, which is helpful. Yes.
You know what? That's great. So because everyone's going to be on the road this coming week for Thanksgiving, one of the things you can do is download the Mamava app. It's a great resource tool. So it shows where public Mamavas are, but not just Mamavas, but any lactation space that's not a bathroom. You guys can find bathrooms on your own if, God forbid, that's what you have to do. But we're trying to bring people out of the bathroom. So if you're traveling through the airport, train, or by car, maybe bike too.
Anytime. You can look on there. You can plan ahead too and bookmark, save favorites so that you know where you're headed. That would be a clean space for you to pump, for you to plug in, or to feed your baby. If you have a highly distractible baby who just needs some downtime with all the chaos of the 54.3 million people up there, the app can help you find a quiet and clean space to breastfeed or pump. So,
one of the things I didn't my breastfeeding on the go story is not as dramatic as yours, but being in the car with my babies and being hungry and crying and not wanting to pull over because we're going or we're stuck in traffic, like hopping in that back seat and then leaning over them so that they can get some of that nipple action in their mouth, and then just pulling, and it's just like, oh my God. It's like, oh, no wonder my breasts look like this. Like just all the tugging and
sometimes
pulling.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta feed that baby. So you dressing in layers.
Yes.
You know, quickly accessing the goods. That's a tip, which lots of mamas know. We have a comment. We have that Emily is going to be driving 13 hours across the country with her mom, 2-year-old, and 1-month-old baby. Emily, I think the smartest thing in here is that your mom is coming with you. So you've got help. You've got help.
Yeah.
But 1-month-old, I remember that time still years and years later because that's the cluster feeding time. So, we're going to give you some good vibes for your journey, and definitely check out the app and see, along your route, are there places that you can stop,
stretch your legs,
and just know that if you're going to a space, there could be a nice, clean, private space for you to feed your baby
chill out.
And pump. Yes. Chill out.
Oh my gosh, 13 hours.
Yes. So what
you
is
must
this?
love your family you're visiting very much.
My family lives about 11 hours from here, so we have done that. We have done that drive, and my mom and my sister have come and been that support for me too when my husband hasn't been there. So super helpful. So Lacey asks us, what's the best way to feed a baby that is so easily distracted when driving someplace? So don't feed the baby while you're driving, but I think if you can find a spot, like, using the app to find a place that has a lactation space where you can bring yourself into a quiet, private place, I think that's helpful. I think rest stops often during the holidays especially are super crazy.
Yeah.
So
like a quiet corner. My youngest was super distracted, which was super annoying, but he's still distracted to this day, but he's just interesting and curious, so that's great. You have a curious baby, so that's the plus. But if you can find like a quiet nook, and maybe if you have a chair and maybe face towards a corner, I know it's not optimal for you because that's boring, but it might just engage the baby to just kind of do what they need to do.
I can't even remember which kid this was, but I think it must have been Kai. I would just put a nursing cover over him, not necessarily to cover up, but to cover the stuff out, the distractions. My older guy wanted to see everything, so he would just pull it right off.
It's like a horse with blinders, like that cover. Like you could even get in there with him too.
Yeah, totally.
Especially if you're traveling
cold.
with your cold. And cars too, like on the East Coast especially, it gets too cold to nurse in there.
Or Emily is going from Texas to Georgia, which might be a more milder time of year, but sometimes it gets hot in the car. It's those sorts of things too. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from Emily what tips she has.
What do you plan? Emily. Would love to hear. What else, Rebecca? Tips and tricks. I think one thing, just bringing a lot of extra plastic bags, especially if you're traveling. They're easy to pack. You can put pump parts in so that, you know, they stay contained. You can use it to put ice in there. You can use it. I mean, if you're traveling with a toddler too, you can never have too many plastic bags.
This
so
is true.
we recommend packing light on other things, but plastic bags, just go for it.
If you're traveling on a plane and this is your first time with your baby, the babies, because of the atmosphere changes in the cabin. You know how sometimes people can be very gassy on airplanes? Well, this also is for babies too, and you might have an overload on the diaper. So this happened to me with my firstborn, having them on my lap and it going out through the baby, which I had extra clothes for them, but for me, I just had like this wet stain that I had to like blot up. So because you can.
Were you going straight to Thanksgiving dinner?
This was not Thanksgiving. It was when I was on maternity leave and visiting my mom on the West Coast. But I didn't think to pack for me. So something to think about is in that carry-on is extra clothes for the baby, extra diapers. And an extra something for you.
Yep.
And people are so sweet. You might think they're not, but especially flight attendants, you know, they handle babies all day long, or even your seatmate, like I just need to clean up this poo stain. Can you hold my baby? So think about yourself too, like, you know,
ask for what you need.
Ask for what you need. You know?
And you're just what you're talking about is just reminding me a hand sanitizing spray.
Yes.
Now, it's not going to really help with that issue, but
No.
but other people out there, you know, are doing the same thing. So if you have a hand sanitizing spray, you know, you do have to nurse or pump in a place that, you know, doesn't look like the cleanest place. At least you can kind of spray it down and make sure it's a 2-ounce size or your 3 ounces, whatever ounces, 3 ounce size, just so that there's some great ones out there that smell nice too.
Or if someone's holding your baby, you can just
spray them down. Would you hold my baby? Yeah. Any other tips out there? Questions, tips? I think. So if you're just joining us, we are not Annie and Nikki from Mom of Our. We are Nikki, different Nikki, and Rebecca, and we are filling in for our friends today on this Pumpcast, where we talk about pumping and breastfeeding on the go and in life. We're talking about our new app, which Rebecca is the brains behind it. Woo woo! It just launched. You should definitely download it and check it out.
It's if you have our current app, make sure you get the newest version. It's much faster. It's a lot easier to navigate. And we're really proud because not only do we have all our Mom of All locations, but we've got over 2,000 locations that moms like you have submitted to play it forward for other moms. So we take moms out of the bathroom.
Totally. And tell your mama friends about it. The more moms on there, the more moms adding locations, the bigger and broader our impact can be, and the less likely you are to have to pump in a place that you don't want to pump.
And the more that you ask locations to provide spaces, the more we normalize breastfeeding, the healthier it is for you and your baby and the world.
Yep. Just a reminder, we are giving away a $100 discount code to Milk Stork, which makes it easy for you to be on the go and to get your milk back home. They have a tote option, they have a ship it straight home option, and you can use this discount code to get whichever one suits you better. So
that's really cool because they will ship you everything that you need, include, with the boxing and the cooling and a label. So all you have to do is put the label on, leave it at the hotel lobby, and boom, your milk will arrive when you get home, which is fantastic because you're taking all that time to make that milk, and you want to make sure that it's secure and kept at the right temperature.
Totally. All right. I think we're going to pick a winner. And I think our winner today is going to be Emily.
Yeah, Emily!
Traveling 13 hours with a newborn and a toddler and a mama. So we hope maybe this discount code will help you on your trip. But so we will just get in touch or message us, DM us your information so we can get that to you. And we are here every other week. Not us, but Annie and Nikki in our Pumpcast answering your questions about pumping and breastfeeding on the go and in life. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and be safe out there. There's a lot of people driving and flying, so be safe, be kind, and enjoy your relatives.
Ta-tas for now.